Hello everyone. Today we will be studying organic chemistry. It is the most important topic of chemistry, and many of the students think that it's the most difficult, but it is not. It's a systematic study. You just need to understand it and practice it, and it will surely become easy for you. So, let's begin. Organic chemistry. Organic chemistry. So what does this mean? Any idea? So basically organic comes from a word organisms. Here it is. It comes from a word which is organisms, which means living things. I should write it here. Living things. And chemistry means it's study. So, moving further, there are a few compounds which are known as organic compounds. So, organic compounds are the compounds that contains carbon, and the study of these compounds is called organic chemistry. So, should I write the definition here? Yes, I should. Organic compounds contains carbon, and the study of these compounds is organic chemistry. Organic chemistry. To save time, I'm writing it in the short form. I should straighten my paper. So this is organic chemistry. So moving further to the type of compounds. Here are compounds. Few compounds are organic. Here are organic compounds, and some are inorganic. Organic compounds contain carbon. Inorganic does not contain carbon. Carbon is always present. Is always present in here, and no carbon. There is no carbon. So let me brief you with some example. Few example of organic compounds. First example coming up is methane. CH4. You can see carbon is present here. It is called methane. Carbon is present, so it is organic. Let me write it the name. You just don't need to worry about the name. We will study the naming after some time. Another example is a compound from an homologous series which is called alkene. Don't worry about the names. We will study them further. It is C2H4. It is called as ethene. Don't worry about the names. 3 examples are enough. So moving on to the example of inorganic compounds, which are you can take anyone. You can take water. You can take sodium hydroxide that does not have carbon in them. So these examples are enough. So now the compounds that are organic, they are more than 14 million, and the number of known inorganic compounds are 300,000. So moving further to few exceptions. Not all the organic compounds that contain carbon, not all the compounds that contain carbon are organic. Few compounds are inorganic too, which means there are few exceptions. So let me tell you about the exceptions. Here are a few exceptions. The first exception is all the carbonates. All the carbonates. The carbonates are always inorganic. So the first example of a carbonate is calcium carbonate. Example, calcium carbonate. Another example you can take magnesium carbonate. Two examples are enough, I think. So moving on to the second exception, all the bicarbonates, all the bicarbonates, these are also inorganic. Let me give you a few examples. Here is a bicarbonate. Here's a bicarbonate. It is inorganic. It still has carbon in it, but it is inorganic. So another exception, let me give you another exception. The third exception is all the cyanides. All the cyanides. All the cyanides are inorganic. Let me give you a few examples. The first example, potassium cyanide. Potassium cyanide. What is the formula of cyanide? It is Cn. It is potassium cyanide and it is inorganic. Another example, sodium cyanide. It is also inorganic. Another example, hydrogen cyanide. So the fourth exception is all the carbides. All the carbides. All the carbides are also inorganic. The first example is beryllium carbide. Beryllium carbide. And the second example is calcium carbide, C2. Okay, these examples are enough. So the fifth exception too, you need to remember these exceptions so that you can't face any trouble giving your exam. The fifth exception is all the oxides of carbon. Oxides of carbon. You must have one oxide of carbon in your brain right now, which is carbon dioxide, and this one. These two oxides are example, so you should remember them so that you can remember which compounds are organic, which are inorganic, and what are the exceptions. So another thing, what are the sources of organic compounds? You should know from where they come. So the first example, let me write sources of organic compounds. I am writing OCs to save time. The first source is they come from fossil fuels. From fossil fuels. From fossil fuels, either petroleum or natural gas. The second source is biomass. So here bio means living mass of either plants or animals. So we should keep this till here, and in the next lecture I will be telling you about the tetravalency of carbon. So till then, subscribe my channel, like the video, share it with your friends so that you can help your friends. So till the next time, see you later. Thank you very much.